That's up, Chicago. It's an honor to be a part of this moment. Derrick, congratulations. You represent what it means to be a Chicago Bull. Thank you for leading in this city. Thank you for giving everything you had. And thank you for inspiring the next generation. Once a Bull, always a Bull.
Derrick Rose just reminded the world what real grace looks like when a legend says goodbye. The man walked away from the game with his jersey officially retired, hanging forever in the rafters where it belongs. The city of Chicago turned into a sea of love and nostalgia, honoring their fallen king the way only Chicago can. But as the Windy City celebrated its hero, the spotlight quickly swung across the country to Los Angeles, and that's where things started getting real awkward. One legend, Rose, is bowing out at 38 with peace and pride, while another, LeBron James, is still clinging on at 41 like his life depends on it. The contrast has fans divided, and the tension is boiling. Some people are saying LeBron's staying too long just to cash that massive paycheck, while others argue he's earned the right to play until the wheels fall off. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
From Chicago, number 1, Derrick Rose.
Because seriously, what we saw in Chicago wasn't just a ceremony, it was an emotional masterpiece. Derrick Rose, the youngest MVP in NBA history, officially had his #1 jersey lifted to the rafters of the United Center. The crowd was crying, chanting, and freezing in single-digit weather just to witness history.
Let's count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
3, 2, 1.
Rose sat beside Joakim Noah, Luol Deng, and Taj Gibson, the brothers who went to battle with him. That moment wasn't just about basketball, it was about redemption, respect, and closure. He walked away with more dignity than most players ever find.
Not that many jerseys retired in the Chicago stadium. Like, this is not just a jersey retirement. You got a lot of arenas where jerseys get retired, and there's somebody, you be like, who is that? Not in the Chicago Bulls arena. It ain't that many. It's about 4 or 5 up there. And so this is huge that after Jordan, in that era, that we get another player, in this new era, jersey retired. Man, D Rose, you're him.
But then, on the West Coast, things look totally different. LeBron James is still out there, 41 years old, still trying to convince everyone that he's the king. And listen, nobody's denying his greatness. 2 decades of dominance, the all-time scoring record, 4 rings, legendary stuff. But at what point does longevity stop being inspirational and start looking desperate? LeBron's pulling in a jaw-dropping $52 million this season. $52 million, and for what? A guy who can't carry a team the way he used to, still acting like he's the franchise savior. It's starting to look less like a farewell chapter and more like a massive payday robbery straight out of a Hollywood script.
And entering year 23, you started to play golf now. It's your 23rd shoe.
Yeah.
You're on the Forever King Tour. These things seem to have some sort of commonality. Are you hinting something at us?
No, I'm not. I'm not hinting at anything. I mean, obviously, I know I'm on the other side of
That hump.
the hump for sure. Come on now, like I'm not going to play another 23 years. That's for damn sure. And I'm not about to play another 10. So I'm definitely gearing up to where the end is. I'm not there yet, but I'm super blessed to be able to, sit here. Like I said, you said year 23, another signature shoe. I done picked up golf. Listen, guys, every time I pick up something new does not mean retirement. It's like, oh, I've seen him with chopsticks. Oh, he's retiring. Oh, I've seen him wear a t-shirt that's too big. Oh, retirement. Oh, he picked up golf, retirement. It's like, it's just something I want to do. It's just a little hobby. But retirement is coming. It is coming. It's just not here just yet.
Meanwhile, Rose is leaving the game as a hero. remembered for his heart and humility, while LeBron's becoming that dude who refuses to leave the party even after the lights are on and the DJ's gone home. The fans are exhausted, the media's over it, and let's be honest, the Lakers front office has to be staring at that $52 million cap hit thinking, couldn't we have used this to build a whole new roster instead of funding a one-man nostalgia tour?
When the season ended, I said I wasn't sure if I was gonna keep playing. And I know a lot of experts told you guys what I said, but I'm here now speaking for myself. In that moment, I'm asking myself if I can still play without cheating the game. Can I give everything to the game still? Truth is, I've been asking myself this question at the end of the season for a couple years now. I just never openly talked about it. I don't care how many more points I score or what I can or cannot do on the floor. The real question for me is, can I play without cheating this game? The day I can't give the game everything on the floor is the day I'll be done. Lucky for you guys, that day is not today.
And here's the wildest part. The irony is brutal. If LeBron had just announced a retirement tour this year, the entire NBA would have bowed down in tribute. He would have been a guaranteed all-star starter. Not because of current performance, but because the league worships its icons. Instead, he's out here dragging it out, turning what could have been a royal farewell into a drawn-out debate about when greatness should finally let go. LeBron could have had the royal farewell of a lifetime, going city to city, collecting rocking chairs, emotional highlight reels, and standing ovations like a king. Every arena would have showered him with love. But nah, instead of going out like royalty, he's cashing in and making everyone watch him grind to keep up with 22-year-olds who grew up watching his clips on an iPad.
You're not only the MVP, Pooh, you're the people's champ. You're the people's champ.
It's wild to see. Meanwhile, Derrick Rose's ceremony in Chicago, that was pure soul. It wasn't about fame or headlines, it was about home. He talked about being a vessel for the city, a reflection of its pain and pride. No stat chasing, no squeezing a few extra dollars from the Bulls. He knew when his time was up, and that's power. There's real beauty in knowing your era's done and walking away with grace. LeBron? Totally different story. He's still out here trying to turn the NBA into a family reality show, playing alongside his son like it's some made-for-TV movie. Sure, it's a sweet father-son moment for about 5 minutes. But when that moment costs $52 million and your team's floating in the middle of the standings, it starts to look a lot more like self-indulgence than sentiment. Think about what the Bulls just did for Rose. They placed him among the immortals. Jordan, Pippen, Sloan, Love. They didn't rush it. They waited until he was at peace, until the story felt complete. That's class. That's how you honor a legend. Meanwhile, LeBron's out here treating the league like his personal piggy bank, taking a massive salary, a roster spot that could have gone to someone hungry, and soaking up all the attention like it's his birthright. In Chicago, fans stayed in their seats an hour after the game ended, watching Rose cry, soaking up every last second of his goodbye, because he was one of them. A hometown son who gave everything. But LeBron, he spent years building himself into a global brand, a walking empire. And here's the thing, brands don't feel. Brands don't cry with fans. Brands calculate. And right now it's clear, LeBron's not chasing greatness anymore. He's chasing revenue. This isn't a love for the game. It's a high-profile cash grab dressed up as loyalty. We've seen this movie before. Legends who just couldn't let go. But usually, when the decline hits, they take the vet minimum. They mentor young blood. They make room for the next generation. LeBron, though, he's still demanding center stage, still acting like the universe revolves around him while the Lakers limp through another season. Meanwhile, Derrick Rose is sitting in a luxury suite with his old teammates, at peace, respected and untouched by the chaos. His legacy's sealed in gold. The contrast couldn't be sharper, and let's be real. If Derrick Rose had done what LeBron's doing right now, playing until 41 while limping around making $50 million, fans would have roasted him alive. But because it's LeBron, the media spins it like we're witnessing something noble, as if we should be grateful to watch him jog back on defense while pretending to roam, which, let's be honest, just means standing in the paint doing cardio while his man drills open threes. The double standard is crazy, and the sarcasm writes itself. Derrick walked away a legend. LeBron's walking the tightrope between greatness and greed. It's getting hard to tell which side he'll land on. LeBron's season didn't start with fireworks. It started with him sitting out because of sciatica. Yeah, sciatica. That my back hurts from carrying $52 million to the bank kind of pain. For the first time in his 23-year career, he missed opening night, and that alone said everything. The King wasn't ready. His body wasn't ready. And honestly, it's showing more every single game. Since coming back, his stats look fine on paper, about 22 points per game. But when you dig deeper, that plus-minus is ugly. He's out there getting cooked by kids who literally weren't even born when he got drafted. The young guns like Anthony Edwards and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander don't flinch anymore. They look him dead in the eye like he's just another name on the schedule. That fear, that chase-down block aura he used to have, gone. They know the block ain't coming because the legs aren't there anymore. Even former players are calling him out. Chandler Parsons straight up questioned whether LeBron's so-called injuries were real, saying if Bronny was in the Rising Stars game, LeBron would have magically been healthy enough to show up. That's brutal, but let's be honest, not far-fetched. The invincibility, it's vanished. The glow that used to surround his name, it's fading fast. Now look at Derrick Rose. The man gave every ounce of his soul to Chicago. Even though he never delivered a championship, the city still treats him like he did because he was real. No brand management, no PR strategy, no fake narratives. He played until his body gave out, then he walked away with grace. That's why fans still cry his name. That's why Chicago still chants MVP years later. LeBron, though, he's so obsessed with how he'll be remembered that he's ruining what made him unforgettable. Instead of being remembered as the most dominant player of the 2000s, he's turning into the guy who couldn't let go, who milked the Lakers dry into his 40s. If the NBA really cared about him, someone would tell him the truth straight up. It's over, King. Take your flowers, enjoy the farewell tour, and let people retire your jersey while the love's still fresh. But they won't, because he still prints money for the league, and he won't stop, because that paycheck keeps him hooked. It's a loop of greed that's sucking the soul out of the story. Meanwhile, Rose's legacy keeps echoing through the game. Just last weekend, Kevin Huerter hit a game winner and jumped into his teammates' arms, a direct tribute to Rose's legendary 2015 playoff moment. That's impact. That's legacy. Young players are still copying his moves, honoring his fire. You think anyone's gonna be doing LeBron tributes a decade from now? Maybe only when they're checking their accounts and figuring out how to squeeze out one more contract before they bounce. Rose stood on that stage and thanked his mother, his brothers, his city. Pure humility, pure heart. LeBron, he's running his career like a business, a CEO in sneakers. And that's the real difference. One man left as a player we'll miss forever. The other's turning into a corporate entity that just won't clock out. The contrast couldn't be louder. Chicago's players wore Rose shirts during warm-ups. Fans screamed MVP until their voices cracked. It was love. It was closure. It was a celebration of what was. Meanwhile, LeBron's forcing fans to celebrate something that isn't there anymore. He's out there pushing a 41-year-old body to do things it just can't. And instead of inspiring, it's starting to feel sad. This version of LeBron, the 2025-26 edition, isn't chasing rings or greatness anymore. He's chasing numbers. Every game feels like another notch in his personal record book while the Lakers sink further down the standings. He's padding stats, cashing checks, and letting defense disappear completely. And when you see him standing there mid-game, hands on his hips, watching the other team run the break, it hits you. The King isn't ruling anymore. He's just spectating. A once mighty force, now just another jersey on the floor. The crown hasn't fallen. It's just collecting dust while he keeps pretending it still shines. It's honestly wild how far the media will go to protect LeBron. One flashy dunk in the first quarter, and suddenly every sports outlet acts like he's 25 again. They roll the highlight, cue the "still got it" headlines, and completely ignore that he finished the game at -12 while giving up 4 wide-open layups because he couldn't be bothered to run back on defense. The double standard is insane. If any other player in the league was making $52 million while barely defending and taking games off, they'd be roasted into oblivion. Front page memes, endless hate. But LeBron, he gets a free pass because of what he did years ago for Cleveland and Miami. That sciatica excuse from the start of the season set the tone perfectly. This isn't a player anymore. It's a brand in load management mode. What we're watching isn't basketball. It's the careful preservation of a product. The body's slowing down, the hunger's fading, but the price tag, still sky high. The Lakers locked in that extension, and now they're trapped. They made the bed. and LeBron's the one hogging all the covers. Meanwhile, Derrick Rose was out here talking about the vibration between him and Chicago. That emotional connection that can't be faked. LeBron's got a vibration too, but it's not from the crowd. It's the sound of a cash register ringing, and fans are catching on. The GOAT talk, it's drying up fast because real legends know when to walk away before they become the joke. They don't stick around long enough for fans to beg them to retire just so the team can breathe again. Imagine being a young player on the Lakers right now, grinding every practice, trying to prove yourself, only to realize the franchise can't sign anyone else because a 41-year-old is draining $52 million to fund his recovery treatments and wine collection. That's not leadership, that's suffocation. It's toxic energy, and the worst part, every ounce of disrespect LeBron's getting now is self-inflicted. You want people to respect you? Then show up and earn it. You can't keep collecting checks off your 2013 highlight reel while getting cooked in 2026. The difference between Rose and LeBron says everything. One man's story ended with tears of gratitude, the other's is dragging out with groans of frustration. Rose walked away for the love of the game. LeBron's hanging on for the love of the brand. Rose stood under the spotlight thanking his family, his city, his fans. The moment was pure, it was human. Meanwhile, LeBron's journey is ending with the crowd sighing every time he watches another layup go by. It's not inspiring, it's exhausting. At this point, the truth is hard to ignore. The king's crown is slipping, and the throne is empty. The defense? Gone. The hustle? Optional. The paycheck? A straight-up joke. If LeBron truly cared about the Lakers, he'd take a vet minimum, mentor the next superstar, or simply step aside with dignity. But that's not happening. He's going to milk that contract until every last dollar's squeezed out, no matter how awkward it gets. Derrick Rose will forever be a Chicago legend, a symbol of heart, pain, and triumph. LeBron James, though, right now, he's starting to look like an expensive headache the Lakers can't get rid of until he decides he's finally made enough money. And based on history, that might never come. One legend went out with a bang, loved, respected, immortalized. The other, he's dragging out the ending, chasing dollars instead of glory. If you think it's finally time for LeBron to call it a career and let the Lakers rebuild, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep NBA dives, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.